This is day 683 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Like a sponsor coming share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, it'd be greatly appreciated. Today we are doing Siman Tav Chav Gimel, Sif Dalet to Tav Chav Hey, Sif Beis. Dalet. Kei Pasku Kol Rabbeinu about the Kriya and Rosh Chodesh. Arif or Perek Dalet, Megillah, the Gillah, Rishon, Rambam Perek Gillah Megillah, Patuv Shulchan Aruch. Echad Rabbeinu Chol Kaseh. One of our rabbis argues on this. Rabbi saying Acharenu, Achronim Olachel Zebon. The Shas Omer Kain, Mamodos, Shaparshos Einon Yos Min Chamish Psukim. To go back, it's only by the Mamodos, which are no longer than 5 psukim. Rosh Chodesh She's one psukim, but Rosh Chodesh where there are 8 psukim. Hareish Nun Derech Nechon V'li Askil Pachos Mishlosh Psukim Lo L'Shayir. We have a way to start with. Not to start less than 3 psukim away from the end of the parsha, and not to leave over either. So the Kohen reads 3 psukim, and then Levi reads 5 psukim up to Yom HaShabbos. Shlishi maskil mean olas tamid. The Shlishi starts with olas tamid. Shem shlosh psukim kodem parsha. Which are 3 psukim before the parsha. So he goes back 3 psukim. Reads that in Parshat Yom HaShabbos, and this is the Minhag HaGra. Kamas Rabbi Niuken, Shishita Mechuveres. Many people do follow the Shita of the Gra in this respect. Ramban Zalasover Gamke the Bashas Lo Merakam Mora So Shecholim Answer Klum. The Ramban also holds that the idea of going back the way we have it is only by Ma'amoros and not by Rosh Chodesh. Came the Yev Shabbat Aschos the Shlosh Psukim Parsha. By Mamodas, it's that way because it's not possible to start with less without having some parsha have 2 psukim. It came so when there was a make of this beginning at the end. You could sit on they should read in order. This Kohen the Levi Shishim psukim. The Kohen Levi should 6 psukim. Bashlishi Hashnaim Anishor. So they should write Kohen Levi 6 psukim. Bashlishi Hashnaim Anishorim Parshas Vayom HaShabbos. No, so this is a different shita. No, the Ramban holds not like the Gra. He holds that since you have 8 psukim before Yom HaShabbos, the first 2 read, Kohen reads 3, Levi reads 3 without going back, and then you have only 2 psukim left. Okay, so you have 2. You do those 2 next 2 psukim in Parshas Vayom HaShabbos, which gives you another psukim, 4 altogether. Answer Klaus Psukim some of the parsha, but according to the sheet of the Gra, you never start less than 3 psukim before the end of the parsha. So evidently, the Arukh HaShulchan is an advocate of the Gra's shita. He brings down brackets. They want to reject the Gra. Shita of the Gra is clear. So Arukh HaShulchan advocates the shita sagra over the way we normally do it in shul today, which is to go back to the 3rd pasuk for Levi. Hey, omrim asher v'tzion ve'enomrim is moryancha. We don't say that Matzach. Rosh Chodesh ena yom tzara. Chodesh is not a day of anguish. Yom simcha, it's a day of joy. We put the sevatar back. That's according to the Sfar, obviously. We say asher v'tzion arach nasas sefer. We say asher v'tzion after. Put the back sevatar. Bring chatzi kaddish. We say chatzi kaddish v'chotzin atfilin. Then we take off tefillin for musaf. There's no clear-cut reason why we do this. But that's a minhag. And we shouldn't change deviate from the minhag. The Shabura says the reason is that just like you don't put on tefillin yontif because yontif itself is an ice. So too Rosh Chodesh, at least during musaf, when you mention the musaf hayom, that zechira is also like an ice, and that perhaps is the same reason for Chol Hamoed as well. Was probably Musaf. Then you have Musaf. Tzarich Lamar Roshi Chadash Mechana Sarta, but Akamatz, Roshei. I'm not sure which one is. I'm not sure what Kamatz is going on here on Roshei Chadashim, no Sarta. Yeshua some say Sirei Chatos. Yeshua Sirei Chataos. Right. Some say singular, some say plural. One is Zikaron L'Chulam You. Klomar karbanos shekibu oz yu gamkin atos zikaron. The karbanos which they sacrifice then should be a commemoration for us as well. Yeshrim l'kulonu. Some say it's called l'kulonu year. Gamkin karbanos has the same intent. Yesh omrim hayu. Some say it's called l'kulam hayu. For Kyle over, and it was a zikaron for them. Go. Everybody say according to them. Shas Ibram Mosim Chaporas Pasha. We had Chaporas Pasha 13th attribute for Rosh Chodesh. Yesh Enumi Mosav Zurak Adar Sheni. And those who don't say, and that's almost everybody I know, only says until after Adar Sheni. And the Arukh HaShulchan says, Lo Nira Kain. The Chol Shana Yesh Lomar Kain. Okay, he says the entire leap year is supposed to say it. I've never ever seen anybody who actually continues saying it past Adar Sheni. Meaning, Klomar Deitza Kolmos ain't Cheshbon Kavul Kulam Shavah Kayadua. By the nations world, the reckoning is not equal by everyone. This it's difficult for people to make a precise cheshbon for all of history. By cheshbon shalono, by reckoning whom is Sinai, mipi Hakadosh Baruch Hu shemasa Moshe, kasher chachmi akenim olam hodu. Our cheshbon, obviously for the lunar calendar, not the solar calendar year, is precise, going back to Moshe Sinai, as all the ancient sages from all the nations conceded. Shecheshbon ibure bure chadash yishom sheisor made al nevuah, that the reckoning we have of additional months and years indicates there's a nevuah involved. Chazos Hashatz Omrim Matzleinu Nekadesh. By us in the Ashkenaz, we say Nekadesh by Chazos Hashatz, Kamo B'Shachris, as the B'Shachris, the Sfardim Omrim Keser. The Sfardim say Keser. Nikom Makom, Hosava Shabbos Yotav Ein Omrim, unless we don't say the additional thing, Shabbos Yontiv, even Yontiv parts of Kedusha, even according to the Nusach Svar, says Keser. It's only the first stanza they have added, but not the rest of Kedusha. After the repetition, when I say Omer Kadisholim, Yeshua Mizbar Baruch Nafshi. Some say the end Baruch Nafshi. Yisha B'Sham, because it says there Osoya Rechem Odim. Hashem made the moon for Yom Tovim. It would seem that this was the Shir Shel Yom of a Levium for the Korban Musaf on Rosh Chodesh. But to be honest, I'm astounded. Shemesechas Sofrim Shechoshav Shir and Musafim. Mesechas Sofrim enumerates the songs of Musafim. Lo Yizkash Rosh Chodesh Ayin Sham. Rosh Chodesh's Shir is not mentioned. Simon Abani Hashem Zebsiati Dishmaya. Next time we'll resolve this with God's help. Brackets, he says, because I'm Abraham is Baal Shachas Makam Musaf. Vidam the Shachrish one as Musaf by mistake. Lo Yatzay when Yotzay Fil Hitzki Avliyovo, even you might say Avliyovo. Partial to, and that says, and that's obvious. But Mishabur though says, if you said one of the brachas, Yiratzon Shenasa Vanecha Basain between the Yom for Korban Musaf, Yotza. Wow. The minimum to make a Shemon Esrei into a Musaf is to say those words. And then even though you said a Shachar Shemon Esrei, if you said in any of the brachas, Yiratzon Shenasa Vanecha between the Yom Korban Musaf, that's enough to make it a Musaf. Okay, very cool. Tavrav Dalet. Din Yalav Yavo Birkas Hamazon, because bracha min Maseches Sofrim. The din of Yalav Yavo in benching, and a bracha from Maseches Sofrim. Al Maskin Yalav Yavo Birkas Hamazon Koyim Bnei Yerushalayim. We say Yalav Yavo on Rosh Chodesh before Bnei Yerushalayim. If you don't say we don't make you go back. It's not like during davening where it's mandatory. And it's not like on Shabbos. So when you make it go back, because on Shabbos you have to eat bread. Even though now to pass on Shabbos, you pass in a chovel. It's not obligatory to eat bread. Since eating bread is optional, if you want to eat, if you don't want to eat, don't eat. So that's we don't make you go back if you forget. It's not like the benching itself. If you made a mistake and forgot a bracha, you go back. It's because the core benching is a deraisa obligation, because you should eat and be satisfied and you should bless. But the mention of because who called the rabbanon, it's a rabbinic obligation. And Rabbanan only made the takana that you have to go back on Shabbos and Yom Tov when it's obligatory to eat bread. Nevertheless, if you remember before you started Atoma Meitiv, after Bnei Rachman B'Shalom Amein, before Atoma Meitiv, you remembered that you didn't say Aviyavo. Omer B'Shalom, you say there, Baruch Shenasan Roshei Chodashim L'Amor Yisrael Zikaron. The Shibura says in the minhag is actually to say Baruch Ato Hashem, Elokeinu Melech Haolam. The Shenasan Roshei Chodashim L'Amor Yisrael Zikaron. Last in Kupei Ches Nizbar Zeh Barichus Ayin Sham. This is explained back in Kuf Beches in the Halachas of benching. Beis Isa Maseches Soifrim Perak Yutes B'Rosh Chodesh Yoshvu Hachabura Shos Kenim. On Rosh Chodesh they said they sat the groups of elders. They shall Bavutim. The Bavutim are Gedolim. It says in brackets, great people. That's obviously the great lay leaders. Shel Talmidim and the students Min Mincha Lamala from Mincha and beyond Ashetishka Chama until night sunset. But and then you say, or they used to say bracha bar priagafen, and then brucha Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher bagula gidel dorshav. With the round one, he raised those who questioned. Horeim v'lim deim, he taught them and instructed them zmanim chadashim tovim, times, good months, yerach kalil levana, the moon which is I guess completed. When it's complete, it's called levana. Minad avonim, he set up understanding people. Soja Itim would arrange the times. The Saskar, remember Sanhedrin. Piles Surenu Kitzei Regaim, our master, our rock paved. He directed the ends of moments. Shebehem Tikenu Som B'Chodashim Odim, with which he enacted months and holidays. The Chsiv, it says Asir Echem Odim. He made, it says in Parak Shlosek Tehillim and Baruch Nafshi, he made the moon for Yom Tovim. Shemesh Danvol, the sun knows its path. Vorma, it says Ki Kasher HaShamayim Chadoshim B'Gomer, like they're going to create new heavens. And you finish, B'Chosem Baruch Ato Hashem Mekadesh Yisov Roshei Chodashim. Vomer, and they say Hud Hashem Kitov. Kayom Hazeh B'Yushalayim So Simus Mechim Kulanu. They like to say we should all be Yerushalayim and enjoy. Elyonavi Meher Yavo Eleinu. Hamelech HaMashiach Yatzmiach B'Yameinu. Elyo should come quickly, and the King Mashiach should rise up quickly in our day. B'Yem Beis Hamikdash Yibru Smachos. Beis Hamikdash is rebuilt. They're going to be great smachos. V'yanu Ha'am V'amru Amen. And then the people should respond and say Amen. Yirbu B'Suros Tavis B'Yisrael. There should be many good, glad, happy tidings in Am Yisrael. Yirbu Yom Tov Yisrael. There should be many Yom Tov Yisrael. Yirbu Talmud Torah B'Yisrael. There's much learning in Am Yisrael. Mekudesh HaChodesh. The moon is sanctified. Mekudesh B'Rosh Chodesh. Sanctified Rosh Chodesh. Mekudesh B'Zman. Sanctified at its time. Mekudesh B'Iro. Sanctified when it's the next day. Mekudesh B'Torah. It's kind of sanctified with Torah. Mekudesh B'Halacha. Sanctified with Halacha. Mekudesh B'Yonim. Sanctified on high. Mekudesh B'Tachtonim. Down below. Mekudesh B'Eretz Yisrael. Mekudesh B'Tzion. Mekudesh B'Yushalayim. Mekudesh B'Chol Mekayimos Yisrael. Sanctified all places of Israel. Mekudesh B'Fi Rabbeinu. It's sanctified in the mouths of our Rabbeim. Mekudesh Beis Abad. It's sanctified in the meeting place of the Beis Din. Hod Hashem Kitov. Praise God, He is good. The Kulchem Bruchim Bruchim. All of you should be blessed. Blessed Kuli Ad Kan Lashana. Okay, so obviously we do none of this today. It says this must have been the minute when they did actual Kiddush HaChodesh. Ashrei Ayin Kol Rasa Kol Leila. How fortunate was the eye which could see this being done. Hashem is Yizakenu Liros Kol El Meher V'Yameinu Amen. Hashem should allow us to see this speedily in our time. Gimel. Tamanu. In the previous scene, we were astounded. Lo Chashim Yisrael Soifrim Shir Musaf Shor Chodesh. It doesn't enumerate a Shir Musaf Rosh Chodesh. Nearly the Sham Reish Ber Kutes Isa. So he says it's because perhaps it's because there it says at the Ber Kutes Rosh Hashanah Omer Ko Amin Tiku. Rosh Hashanah you say all the nations should blow, which is the Tehillah for Yom Kippur. For Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur and Baruch Nafshi. Yom Kippur say Baruch Nafshi Ma'amakim Kasicha. Shemos Ma'amakim. Because Noida Bihuda V'Chulei. It's got big line above. What does Barkin Nafshi do Yom Kippur? In fact, he says the brackets here, Gra Machagzeh. The Gra erased that. Besides, in the sequence, it starts Uva Rosh Hashanah. It should start Rosh Hashanah to begin the sequence. Can't really so Rosh Hashanah says it indicates some sort of mistake crept in here. And it really should have said Rosh Chodashim Barchi Nafshi Uva Rosh Hashanah Mer Kohamim Uva Yom Kippurim Mamakim Chulei. Because the Shapir Hayizkir Shir Musaf Rosh Chodesh. According to this, the Shir of Musaf Rosh Chodesh is mentioned. It was just because of the Tosat Fus. It seems like it's not mentioned. Tav Chav Hey. Dine Rosh Chodesh Chodesh B'Shabbos. Lochas of Rosh Chodesh when it comes out on Shabbos. Rosh Chodesh Chodesh B'Shabbos. Rosh Chodesh comes out on Shabbos. Arvis V'Shacharis U'Mincha. The Marav Shacharis and Mincha. V'Spal Shevi Yadav L'Shmei Shabbos Shmonesrei. V'Arma Yalav Yovo. Ba'Avoidin Say Yalav Yovo. In Ritzei. Behind the Birchos Ritzei. Kodem L'Tzech Zeno. Ve'eno Maskish Shabbos Yalav Yovo. You don't mention Shabbos when you say Yalav Yovo. Sharei Kfar. He's Kish Shabbos B'Ravi. Because Shabbos already mentioned in 4th Bracha Shmonesrei. V'Gam Ba'Arvi Shel Shabbos. Also the Marav of Shabbos. What he means by that? No, so there's a period here which is out of place. See, Begam Marav Shabbos Yishachim Lo Mar Yalav Yovo Ein Machzir Oso. Shabbos Marav, if you got Yalav Yovo, you don't go back. Vavi Shishlias Arvis Shabbos Chayva. Hi, even though evidently I never heard it, don't even call this from Shabbos, but the Marav on Shabbos night is mandatory. Today, Kaddish Shabbos is sanctified Shabbos, which is the Iker Kiddush. It's not like the Marav on a weekday, which is optional. Since we don't do Kiddush Chodesh at night, so, and that's the reason why we don't go back on a weekday. That makes a difference. So weekday or Shabbos. Musa b'omrim ato yitzarto. Musa, we say the special Shmonesrei of ato yitzarto. Maskim shneim shel Shabbos for Rosh Chodesh. You mentioned both Shabbos and Rosh Chodesh and B'Simon. But Mekadesh and Shabbos Yisrael v'Oshei Chodashim. You finish with that language of Mekadesh Shabbos and Yisrael and Roshei Chodashim. The Shabbos comes before Yisrael and Rosh Chodashim. Shabbos Kedusha V'Kaima like by any of them, because Shabbos is not determined by the reckoning of the calendar. It is set by Hashem. But Rosh Chodesh and Moadim B'Yisrael Tali. But Rosh Chodesh and Yom Tovim, they depend on us. If you only say Mekadesh Shabbos, over Rosh Chodesh B'Vad or Mekadesh Yisrael V'Shei Chodashim, nearly D'lo Yotza, you will not Yotza Tzorach Lachzor. You have to go back. It says for Isa Mishuk Kosav the Yotza. I saw somebody wrote the Yor Yotze. Ali Rabbi named Knesset Gedola. L'dati Tam was that. I don't know the reason. Hare Ikar Chasima. The primary part of Bachutz Chasima, so it's to be done properly. Is that in brackets? Magen Avram Siman Top Bezayin the Sharbat Tzorach Ir. It's like the Ein Suffolk B'Sevaduk. But how Mishnah Piska Mishnah Bura says, if you just said Mekadesh Shabbos, you Yotze B'Diavad. I wonder if that's only I guess that might have something to do with what he said in the previous sermon. That you Yotze the Chiyuv of Musaf in any bracha you say you Ratzosh Naasel Fanecho Chovastein V'Di Yom Kar Musaf. Even though you weren't Chaysim Rosh Chodashim. So there too, even though you weren't Chaysim Rosh Chodashim, but just Chaysim Shabbos, it's enough that within the bracha with Yitzarta you mentioned Rosh Chodesh. So it's a Savi Brachas Haka. If one would say Mekadesh Shabbos and not Rosh Chodashim, one would not repeat Shmonesrei. Beis v'dash me'olam tamati and nusach shalom b'sofat Yitzarta. I has always been astounded at the end of the nusach. Sha'achar l'mechilas abon amrim. After we say that you gave us Rosh Chodesh mechilas avon, we say Kimachei so b'chayta b'chulei. You chose your nation Israel. The Shabbos kachulcha. And Shabbos kachulcha, etc. Lama enamin kachem mitzosechon seichokenu v'chulei b'anchilenu v'chulei v'yanuchu b'yisam kachem shmecha kimachei so b'chulei. Why don't we say the whole nusach bracha, which we normally say? For I call you Yom Shabbos Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippurim, and because every Shabbos, every time Shabbos coincides with Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur and Yom Tovim, Omrim B'Sofa Bracha and Tzois Nusach Zeh. We say Kachenu Mitzvah Secha. Shazel Torah Kedusha Shabbos. This is a synopsis of Kedusha Shabbos. Why don't we say this on Rosh Chodesh, which coincides with Shabbos? This is fine. Yeshem Emazen, so this one does have that in their siddur. The Zayti Nusachashas Choseze Me'atfus. Panino Hey Lom Ra. Arukh HaShulchan would put in Kachein Mitzvosecha in that bracha. There's no reason not to say it. I don't see. Never saw anybody else who wrote about it. So it's an interesting thing. We saw a couple of places just now that the Arukh HaShulchan says that, that he, so to speak, tampers with the Nusach HaBracha, and the no, actually, it's just one place. No, I mean, well, we include where he says like we should do like the gra. So certain things which we think are inflexible are really flexible much more than we actually perceive, even in davening, even in Shemon Esrei. That's why Arukh HaShulchan was justified and adding that on, like any other yontif and Shabbos which coincide.